Hi everyone, SG Dad here. A few weeks ago, I talked about this visa called the Business Manager Visa, which is what I have applied for. Recently, there's been some news mentioning a huge shift in the requirements to apply for this visa. So I thought in this video, I would share a little bit more about what the changes are and my thoughts on them. Alright, so all the discussions online and among people who are applying for this visa revolve around a newspaper article from Asahi Shimbun, which is a mainstream media outlet in Japan. The article stated that there are two major shifts in requirements. I have to emphasize that these changes have not been released by the Japan Immigration Services Agency, so they are not official. But some people say that when such news comes out before the official announcement, it's meant to preempt people and gauge public reaction. We don't know for sure. So what are the two major changes? First is the initial startup capital. The existing requirement is 5 million yen, but according to the article, this will increase to 30 million yen, a six-fold increase. The second requirement is that there must be a full-time staff member in the company. The current rule is either you employ 2 full-time staff or have a startup capital of 5 million yen. Now, the new requirement will require both 30 million yen capital and 1 full-time staff member. So as you can see, this is a huge tightening of the requirements and it sets the bar much higher. Before I share my views, let me explain the background behind this change in policy. At the start of the year, Japan seemed to be more welcoming to foreign startups by loosening the startup visa. Now it seems like a pivot. The startup visa is loosened, but the business manager visa is being tightened. And the startup visa eventually leads to the business manager visa. So most likely, this is due to recent public sentiment, election results, and also the abuse of business manager visa, where people set up paper or shell companies that don't contribute to the Japanese economy. It's just a way to buy residency status in Japan and try to hold on till they get a PR or they get naturalized. This is definitely not what the Japanese government want. They want to filter out these cases, so instead of checking each and every company for their real operations, which will take up a lot of resources, the easier way out is to just raise the bar, and during the renewal process, they can phase out companies that don't meet the new requirements. Now, let me share my thoughts. I'm in a rather awkward situation now as well because my visa was just approved. And the key question is, will these changes affect those who already got their visa approved or existing business manager visa holders? From what I've read online, most people believe that the 30 million yen startup capital may not affect existing visa holders immediately, or they might be given more time to meet the requirement. Because imagine starting with a 5 million yen and able to sustain your business for a couple of years, and then suddenly being told at the next renewal, you will need to have 30 million yen in your bank account. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So they might either not enforce it on existing holders or give a longer period to raise the capital. As for the second requirement, having a full-time staff, I think there's a high chance they will enforce this even on existing holders. Because in most business proposals, we would have stated that we plan to hire full-time staff eventually. So upon renewal, it will not be unreasonable for the immigration to require you to have a full-time employee or in the process of hiring one. And this is actually the part that worries many existing holders out there than the startup capital, because the capital is still your money, you're not paying to the government, so as long as you can raise it and keep it in your bank, it's still manageable. But hiring a full-time staff is a recurring expense, and it can easily cost 3 to 4 million yen a year when you include the wages, the insurance, and other kind of costs. So this will tighten the profit margin, and which means the business have to generate enough revenue to support both yourself and the staff. So the full-time staff requirement definitely will have a bigger impact on my plan as well. I have planned to run a one-man business for at least 2 years to stabilize and understand the Japanese market before hiring. Now I might have to hire sooner. It's just like preparing for an exam. Initially, you thought that you have 2 years to prepare. Now it's reduced to 1 year. You just have to take the exam no matter what. But I would like to look at it on the positive side. A full-time employee could be a valuable resource. Having a Japanese in your company to assist in running the business will definitely help, and you will also free up some of my time for more important tasks. But my main worry is whether I can find a suitable person who is a bilingual in Japanese and English and have the right skills. I'm also thinking, why would a Japanese join a one-man company? I will need to offer some sort of perks or benefits like remote work to attract them. Well, so we will just have to wait for the official announcement to be made before we try to adapt to it. Yeah, so that's all I have on these requirement changes. And lastly, I want to let all of you know that I'll be pausing the video uploads for at least 2 to 3 weeks because now is a very busy period for me, packing and preparing for our move to Japan in less than 2 weeks time. So the next video I upload will most likely be my first one from Fukuoka, and I hope that you will look forward to it. So see you soon and goodbye.